Hello everybody, this is Thomas Tadlock from veganmusclebook.com. This is the story of how I went from being out of shape to fitness photo shoot ready in just 6 days. Hey, it is day 4. I'm just about to go get my workout in for today, and I just want to give you an update. So what I've done so far this morning, I woke up this morning and had this time a big bowl of raw steel cut oatmeal. Now when I say raw, that means I haven't cooked it. All I did was I soaked it overnight last night and ate it. It was a big massive bowl. Soaked a whole bunch of steel cut oats overnight so it's soft in the morning, and then I just threw in some raisins and sliced up 2 bananas, and that was my breakfast. Then a few hours later I had a nice big huge green smoothie full, let's see, it contained an entire bunch of kale with scoop of protein powder and pumpkin seeds, of course, pumpkin seeds. And now I'm going to go work out. Now I'm not even going to try to describe what I'm going to do for a workout, because I tried to do that yesterday, and what I ended up doing versus what I predicted I was going to do were completely 2 different things. So I'm going to go get my workout in, and when I'm done with it, I'm going to come and tell you all about it. Hello, Thomas Tadlock here. I've just completed my 4th workout so far. So 4 days so far, 4 workouts in a row, haven't missed a single day. So let me tell you a little bit about how I felt today before going in. I woke up this morning and I got to tell you, my legs, especially my butt, are more sore than ever before. I've got some soreness in my biceps because I worked those last night, and my triceps as well. And I went in not quite knowing what I was going to feel like doing. I didn't know how strong I was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to have high energy working out. But to my surprise again, I had a phenomenal workout. So what I did was I used the first workout on day 1 as a template for today and made some modifications. So the first thing that I did was I repeated the same core stability exercises that I did on day 1, which were starting off with prone iso abs, then going right into floor cobras, and then after that I did some single leg reaches. And I set a new record, well, personal best since my transformation on that, by adding about 15 seconds to my prone iso abs and about another 10 seconds and 2 reps to my cobras. So I improved. I did a lot better. I also added 3 more reps to my floor reaches. Not my floor reaches, but my standing single leg reaches. So that's great. I was really happy about that. Then I went into the reactive stuff, and I did the same 2 reactive exercises as day 1. I did the jump ups to stabilization, and then I did the ice skaters left and right. I did the same number of reps, but I only did 2 sets instead of 3. After my first set, I felt some major some tightness in my quad of my right leg. And so, it's just been through a lot of years of experience to kind of know and be familiar with how certain little subtle things feel. I could tell that I had some muscle tissue that was a little tight because there might have been some scar tissue built over it. So the very next thing that I did was I jumped on a foam roll and I worked some knots out. And man, I had some of the worst knots that I've felt in a long, long time. In fact, the knots were so bad and they were so I guess, there was a lot of knots that I've got to go on a pretty aggressive foam rolling regimen for the next few days to try to work some of those out, because what's going to happen is I've got so much scar tissue in my quad areas that it is going to have a really negative effect on building strength and developing my leg muscles as I go through this transformation. So I have to start addressing that now, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to be showing you some video of how I do that. Then what I did was I did another set, and that second set that I did of the jump ups and stabilization, my legs just were shot. So my legs are still kind of recovering, I guess, from that first day of squats that I did, and maybe from the consecutive deadlifts that I did after that. Anyway, so I only ended up doing 2 sets of each of those, the ice skaters and the jump ups and stabilization. And then I went into the weight room, and this is what I did. I did deadlifts. That's right, traditional deadlifts. Then after that, I did dumbbell bench press. And then after that, I did standing shrugs. So just I used a Smith machine and did some shrugs to work those lats as hard as I could. And that's it. That's it. I set personal bests. Well, relative to this transformation, I've been able to lift a lot more in the past, but starting from day 1, I drastically increased my strength and endurance in both exercises, in both my deadlifts and my chest presses. I'm talking like 20 to 30% better in both directions, endurance and strength. So I was super happy about that. Then I ended it off with with a cool down and some stretching, and then that's it. That's it. So I want to tell you about my strength gain and just make sure that you understand what that is. So it's been a while since you've worked out, your strength that you get, both strength and endurance, is going to come primarily from your nervous system. That's right, your brain and your muscles and your nerves are just going to work a lot better. They're going to coordinate with each other and they're going to work a lot better. So when that happens is your nervous system can help your muscles use more of your muscles. And so you get more strength. So you didn't gain any muscle and you didn't create more mass. Your body got much better at doing what you've been doing, working out. That's why you're able to get so much strength so quickly. And if you notice, when you get into good shape, it gets harder and harder to build those dramatic leaps in strength in the long run. In fact, it's very rare that you would ever see anything like that once you're in shape. So getting up to there is, I want you to think of it more like you're training your nervous system. You're bringing your nervous system back online. You're taking that athletic nervous system and you're saying, okay, I want you to go into athletic weightlifting mode, so give me all you got. And training is how you tell your nervous system to do that, because the way your nervous system works, it's so cool. All you got to do is start doing the activity you want to get better at, and your nervous system will try to what's called over or super compensate, which means it tries to give you a little more over time than you actually need. So there's where my strength is coming, and that's also where my endurance is coming, because, well, my nervous system is having an easier time lifting the same amount of weight, so of course I'm going to be able to do more reps. So in a couple more weeks, you'll probably see my strength go like this, kind of taper off a little bit. All right, so listen, that's it for today. I'm not sure if I'm going to work out tomorrow, but if I do, I'll film a video. If I don't, I might film a video. We'll see. So this is Thomas Tadlock, and I will catch you on the next video.